When I put this liquid nails on, I want to be real careful on this edge, because when I sandwich this down in there and push that down in, I'm hoping none is going to spooge out the bottom. Now, if it does, I'll show you what I do with that. But right now, I'm just going to try to be as careful as I can with this. When I put it on, instead of a long bead and just try to put it on there, I try to move this back and forth. Move it back and forth and try to keep it in that same line. And that gets more down there and it keeps it fairly flat. Just rubbing it back and forth. Just want to take my time with this. Some places, if I try to run a straight bead, maybe I get too much, maybe I don't get enough. A couple spots here when I'm running it, I might leave a little glob more than others, which will work. Okay, so try that next time you've got a little caulking project. Rubbing it back and forth like that instead of one straight bead. Because when you miss something, you can kind of go back and move the tip around, and it works really good. Okay. Takes longer than doing it the other way, but that's all right. Okay, now I'm going to gently sandwich that down in there. I got some overage over here. That's all right. Like I said, I'll show you what to do with that. Okay, I've got that pushed down in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up now. I'm going to lift it up gently. I'm just going to let it sit like this just for a couple minutes. That'll kind of let that tack up. Then when I put that back down there, it's going to sink in there a lot tighter than if you didn't do that. Okay? I'll wait just a few minutes, get right back and show you what I do next. We've waited a few minutes. Now it's time to put this back up there. Gently roll it back where it needs to go. You'll find that really holds a lot better than if you didn't do that. Just going to push on that hard. What happens when I get done with this, I'm going to have to just periodically check it. With liquid nails, a lot of times, especially if you're putting something up higher than this, it has a tendency to slide, make your product slide, like if you're using this for patching some tiles or something like that. So yeah, periodically you have to check that, but this looks pretty good. Just for insurance, what I'm going to do is take some masking tape. And I'm just going to put that over this. Push down hard. And I'm going to push the masking tape right on the threshold. That's going to help hold that. And then I can push it in at the bottom too. And that's going to keep that nice and solid. Okay, so I can do that in just a couple spots. Make sure you get the masking tape nice and tight right up to it. You don't want it to fold over. You don't want to get it. I got that one too far. You want to put it on there. Get up tight to the trim at the base. Roll it up and also crease it and get it tight to the top of the base too before you put the masking tape down. If you don't do that, if you just put tape here, and if you got a little void right in there, it may have a tendency of letting your trim ride on you and slide out of place. Okay? Getting a runny nose. I'm going to put another little piece there. Then I'll show you what we may end up doing here. Now see how much that's held? Because I held the liquid nails away for a while, that tacked it up more so. And then when I pushed it back down, this is pushed down pretty tight. That's good. I was gonna do something different here, and I'll explain to you what I was gonna do after I put this piece of masking tape up. Okay, see this here? It's still up just a hair, not very much. And I'm probably gonna fix that by just putting another piece of masking tape, but I wanted to show you what else you could do. Now, once this gets all done, I'm gonna end up caulking it with some white caulking, and I'm gonna fill up this little void here too. So what I could have done was push that down, had it been a higher hump than this, okay? Even if I don't do anything, I could still caulk that and it'll be fine. But if this was, say, 1/4 inch, I could push that down, take my nail set or my scratch awl, and I could just poke a hole right into the door jamb right there and just push that down in there like that. Then I could take a sheetrock screw and screw it in there, and that would help hold this down until this liquid nails dries. Then I could back off the screw, and after the liquid nails dries, and then I would fill up that little hole with some white caulking. So that's another way you could get your trim down without us having to put a nail in here. See, this is going to look nice when it gets done, all nice and pre-finished, no nails. They're going to say, "What? Hey, how'd you do that?"